A kind day to you all! I'm Kinsmark, and this is another entry on The Wall of Shame, the series covering my encounters with cheaters of all kinds in competitive games, and today's is this guy in Escape from Tarkov. I can't name and shame this one because I could never get a clear look at him. I just caught glimpses through the trees, and he didn't actually kill me, unfortunately, which is weird to say out loud, so I never did catch his name. Suffice it to say, though, he's a douche! A speed-tooling, teleporting douche, and I hope a clown follows him home one day. And don't just say that this is just latency and rubber banding, because it just isn't. Look at that! Look at how fast that is! Rubber banding doesn't snap people that far, that fast. That's a tool. Who is also cheating. Don't be that guy, nobody likes that guy, not even that guy. And that's why he does it, you know? Because he hates himself. Because why else would he have such low self-esteem as to feel the need to tool? It's tragic, really. How very little I care. Anyway, that's all I've got for this episode, and this one goes out to all the speed toolers and other cheaters in Tarkov. You guys are the reason competitive indie games struggle. The good news is, Battlestate Games are aware of the cheaters taking advantage of their game, and according to the dev notes for upcoming updates to the game, they are prioritizing the implementation of a stronger anti-cheat system to deny these pathetic dregs of humanity what little sense of accomplishment they might ever hope to scrape off the scummy undersides of their own festering egos. Also worth noting, this guy is the first hacker I've come across in Tarkov, and I've spent a considerable amount of time in this game. I know claims are pretty common about him showing up all the time, though, and I'm actually pretty skeptical about just how common people say they are, considering how tough and how lethal this game is. I think a lot of that is just ego-driven accusations a fair amount of the time, which the game is gaining an unfair reputation for, and I figured I'd call that out while I'm on the topic here. Your mileage may vary, certainly. I'm only commenting from an anecdotal perspective here, admittedly, and the devs surely have a good reason for prioritizing anti-cheat measures, because where there's smoke, there's fire. I'm certainly not saying anything to the contrary of that. That said, though, I think it's worth reminding people of one thing. I know it's tempting to just chalk up a kill shot out of nowhere to the hacksaws, because that takes some of the sting out of it for one's ego, I know, even when it probably wasn't. You probably just got shot. The thing is, that can happen a lot in this game, completely legitimately. So if that assumption of hacks is how you cope with your own inadequacy or misfortune in this game, it can seem like a pattern of cheaters, whether it's true or not. And I urge any of you who think you're running into them with a great amount of frequency to really take a good look at any instance you think is a cheater and ask yourself, can I prove it? Because if you can't, you probably just got ambushed, and you should try and learn from that experience rather than just heaping a half-earned reputation for a hacker infestation upon a game that may or may not deserve it just to prop up your own ego. I know that stings to admit, after dying without warning in the middle of a good run, and even more to have that happen again and again and again. The thing is, this game's tough, man. Unforgiving. Kinda like my feelings about this guy, because there's no question here, and if you can prove your encounter even with a cheater like this guy, fuck him, report him, throw him to the wolves, we don't need him, no mercy. I can't say with any certainty how common they are one way or another, I just know people is all, and I'd hate to see more people driven away from a game as good as this one and with as much potential as this one than it's earned just because a few folks can't stand losing. So, now that I've said my piece, thank you all kindly for watching. Check out the past entries on The Wall of Shame in its own respective playlist, and as always, I'm Kinsmark here at Last Level Press, and I wish you all fair gaming and Godspeed.